first things first. G'day crew, it's Zoe, the video confidence coach, your brand building guide person to personal branding. I may have slipped up, but that's fine, we'll keep going. So I want to welcome you to today's video where we're going to discuss a simple video strategy for beginners. So if you're just a bit like, okay, I want to do video, I've seen how it is built up and how everyone is using it now, not in a bad way, but in a good way, and how it just gets people on board so much easier. I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that for my brand. Cool, you are in the right place. And today we're going to discuss a blanket video strategy that is going to help first-time personal brand growers grow. One thing I do want to note though is that because it is blanket and it is generalized, and the way that I'm going to discuss things is going to be of a general topic. If you want to discuss anything niche, as in very specific, or if you want help on your personal branding building journey, I will be able to string those words together at some point. Make sure that you contact me, Zoe Wood, the video confidence coach, for a 30-minute consult free for a chat with me is what I'm trying to say, because these general basic brand stuff are a good place to get started, especially if you're on your own, but it's always good just to talk to an expert. And I know it may sound a bit prudish of me to say, but yes, I am an expert in this particular niche and industry. So if you need help in that, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you on your way. So let's go to our first point. So before you even think about starting a video, I want you to dial it back a bit. I want you to pull back a bit and think about who exactly you're creating the video for. And this line of thinking is going to help you on all forms of marketing, not just video, but it's thinking about your customer avatar. So that is the title used for coming up with an idea of who your customer is. And a customer avatar is, the person who's going to buy from you, be it a client, be it a partner, be it whoever is going to buy from you. And the avatar being the type of person or a generalized figure, someone who doesn't exactly exist, but is there to stand in for your customer in all of your marketing needs. And the reason why you use a customer avatar, now I'm not talking generalizations here. I'm not talking about, we aim for dudes who are in metro areas, who are age 25 to 45, who are Caucasian, who have a beard, who wear plaid, who wear hiking boots even though they've never hiked. I may be describing a hipster, but okay, pull back a bit. We're not talking generics here. We're talking about an actual specific person that you are aiming your content at, and you can have multiple custom avatars. Coca-Cola, even though they're not a personal brand, have about, I think, 138 or something around that amount, and all they keep growing, to have custom avatars for each of the individualized products. But for you, especially if you're starting out, do not overwhelm yourself with everything. Just focus on the first task, which is create a custom avatar. So your customer avatar should be a, A4 sheet, maybe two, and you can look at our description below where I'm going to have an updated video for you on our customer avatar sheet that you can download and use for your own brand building journey. But essentially it's just an A4 sheet that gives you a specific look into the life of this fictional customer. I want to stress that this is a fictional customer, but that has all the attributes of people who you maybe worked with in the past, who maybe you've worked with on a corporate setting, but now that you're building your own personal brand, you want to be able to have those type of people, pay you for the work that you do. So those type of people you want to bring across, so bring across those attributes. You cover their name, their likes and their dislikes, where they're located, how much money they make, and all these kind of nitty-gritty things that you would have about a specific person. And there are tools in the description below that I will give to you to help you on your way on covering those things. But the reason that you use this is to be able to get an insight, an idea of the type of person that you're talking to in your marketing. When you look down the barrel of that lens to be able to help people, and in the next step, I'll tell you what things you're actually going to be saying in those videos, you need to have an idea of who you're helping out. Now, I want to stress to you that just because you create a custom avatar doesn't mean you can't change it. I change mine like every 3 months. I adapt, I constantly change. But just because you have a custom avatar or someone in mind who is going to be the best raving fan of your personal brand doesn't mean you're cutting off anyone else. It doesn't mean you're excluding everyone else from your personal brand, and you're not excluding yourself from helping them either. Say, for example, one of my custom avatars is Jean. They are non-binary. Doesn't mean that I'm excluding you because you're not non-binary. It's just a person that I have in mind of the type of person that I'm going to help. And that works the same for you. Think about either customer that you have in the past or maybe a client that you have right now that you really love working with. Get their general, dislikes, wants, needs, how much they make. And obviously do not copy them and put them in like avatar sheet, because that can be quite confronting. But have that in your studio, in your office, on your computer, somewhere in your periphery, so you always have an idea of, I am doing this for Jean. I am looking down the barrel of that lens, looking into the eyes of Jean, and I'm helping them get to where they need to be. They are nodding along with me as I talk because I am here to serve them. And that's the same type of knowledge and work that you should have before starting any marketing strategy. Be it video, be it not. And that is something that you're going to have to look at before we get going. So check out the description below. If you're still a little bit unsure on what's going on, make sure you check that link below. And also create one for yourself. And even test it around. Make a few. Test it out. Be free. Woo! So the next thing is, you've created your custom avatar. You have an idea of the type of person that you're creating your content for. That who you're marketing to and who you're actually aiming at. Now, we go back and we think about the big picture. So when you get out of a lawn chair or a chair, sit down and just bask at the big picture of your brand, of why you're doing these things. And I want you to go back to basics. And what I mean by this is stepping back and thinking about the most basic questions that you ask or that you answer, every day. What are the questions that you find yourself repeating over and over and over again to new people you meet, to prospective clients, to prospective gatekeepers? Gatekeepers being people who are in between you and your client. These can be, receptionists, or these can be parents, or, whatever. What questions do you find yourself answering all the time about your personal brand, about why you're doing what you're doing, about why you help the people that you want to help? All these type of questions. Just go back to the basics. Go back to the super basics. And make sure you use basic language. And just find yourself, and even if you find yourself not coming up to mind with any of these questions that you think, I don't even know what I do, or I'm starting off building my personal brand and I don't even know what type of things people want to know from me. Well, check out a tool which is called Answer the Public, and you type in your niche and it will come up with a list of questions that people have. All good basic questions. And you can also just Google your pain point or solution, or whatever your customer's problem is. Type that into Google, see what comes up, see what answers come up. And you can definitely come up with a very long list of simple, basic questions that you can answer that, helps people find a bit more about you, but also why you're helping the people that you do. And the reason that you'll be doing this for a long stretch, the reason why you do this is so then people build rapport with you. And the big statistic that may not be quoted here, so asterisk may not be the real quote here, but something around about 86% of people don't like talking to salespeople. So they don't like to be sold to when they have a problem in need of a solution. So if you're able to provide, answers to basic questions that they have, that they don't need to, ask the waiter, they don't need to ask the salesperson, they don't need to have these, they don't have to have these basic questions. They can look at your videos, get an idea of who you are and why they should be interested in you at all. And then from there, and I guarantee you're going to get people who are going to reach out to you saying, hey, I've seen your videos. I want to have a consultation. Hey, I've seen your videos, I want to buy your product. Hey, I've seen your videos, I want to A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. Like, being able to have that foundation of videos that may not even look that good, may not even sound that good, but as long as they have the value of their intended target of your customer avatar being like, hey, this sounds quite useful. Or I've always had the question about insurance. What does basic home cover insurance do? So in your video, you would say, this is what basic home cover insurance is. This is who it's for. This is who it's not for. And this is what it covers. Now, of course, that's a bit of a broad question there, but it's a question that you probably get asked every day if you're in the insurance industry. Clients in the insurance industry have definitely told me that. And you're able to answer people's questions. The customer avatar, the person that you're aiming to work with, your future client, is not going to feel embarrassed about asking you these basic questions. And they're also going to feel informed. They're going to feel like they've done their research. They're going to feel like, I know, I can talk the talk, I can walk the walk, even though they probably can't. And that's why they're coming to you as an expert, because you are going to help them. But they feel like they're on shoring ground. There's a lot of power imbalance when it comes to people who are building personal brand, who are out there, who are aiming to be at that expert level, and people who are contacting them. They have a problem that they need a solution that you can offer. There's an inherent power imbalance in that. And most people want to be able to level up those power imbalances a little bit, just a little bit, by getting some information, by doing some research and feeling like that they can talk the talk, they can walk the walk with you. That they don't have to ask basic questions of you and use your time and their time effectively. So how do you do that? By providing those answers to those basic questions. And after the sponsor spot, I'll give you those details. And today's sponsor spot, I want to sponsor myself. So I want you to check out vcc.training, our website, where you have all our show notes and all our additional information that you can't find in the description below this video. So you can check that out just by typing in the email, the website address, or looking at that link below. And you can find out all the tools and helpful tips, as well as the 2 videos a week that we put on this channel, as well as our website, for helpful tools that are going to help you build up your strategy. Because this basic strategy is great and a good start, but there is always one way to go, which is up. From here, to go up, like to keep learning and evolving, is what I'm saying. Next point. So you know who you're talking to, you know what you're going to be talking about, and now it's time to freaking do it. Yay! But the one thing that I want to let you know is that your first 100 videos, answering these basic questions, your first 100 are going to be crap. I hate to break it to you. And as the Roberto Blake, who is someone who I quote often on this channel, that can be hard to swallow, but your first 100 videos are going to be crap. But I want you to work on the value, not the production of your video content. Because remember, you're answering these questions for these, custom avatars, for these people who want to be able to hire you. They need to get an idea of who you are by answering these basic questions. And for you, on your end, to be able to create that first 100 videos, you need to focus on the quality of your answers over the quality of your video. Now, I'm not saying, film in the bottom of a toilet bowl and hope it works fine. No, I'm not saying that. But you can research myself, but also other content creators out there where there are plenty of tutorials and constantly growing ways on how you can do this, achieve this, how to get your particular make and model phone to produce the best video, how to get the best sound out of make and model phone insert here. Like, you've got the tools and the gumption, hopefully now, to be able to research and evolve that for yourself. So you can worry about the stuff, how you're actually going to film your video, but you've got the tools now to be able to decide who you're actually targeting, what you're actually saying, and then creating that first 100 videos, you are going to get that practice in. You are going to build up that skill of creating videos on a regular basis, which gets to my next point, which is what I'm going to recommend a little timeline for you, especially for this video strategy, is give yourself a fortnight of research time, playing around, getting a camera and just putting it on your bookshelf, or, in the, shelf somewhere in a bedroom, or just try out filming yourself. See how you look, see how you sound, what can you change, what can you not. Maybe write a couple of scripts, and do some research, a hell of a ton of research, but actually have a fortnight of just playing around. But after that fortnight, I'm going to ask you to create a consistent habit and routine of creating a video and putting it out and publishing it every week, every fortnight, whatever your time schedule is, because you know your time schedule and your availability more than I do. But to be able to set yourself a goal of, for the next 6 months, I am going to post one basic answer question a week. It can be something like that. However much time you think. Remember, videos are going to take a lot longer than you think you are, especially when you're first starting out. But to be able to give yourself that goal and the routine and that habit of creating a video once a fortnight, for example, is going to help you more in the long run, because you're going to reach that 100 videos sooner rather than later, because you've formed a habit. You've created a routine and you're going to consistently achieve that over time, instead of just having to worry about, oh no, I'm supposed to, create 100 videos and I'm going to panic because I haven't been able to achieve that. Then don't worry. Remember, it's a skill that you have to practice and you have to build over time, like being confident in front of the camera. Feel free to see our latest episode on the Do Video podcast about that in the description below. You will definitely, over time, feel yourself getting more confident in front of the camera. You'll find yourself seeing, how, such and such did this video. Whoo, they used a light from their desk lamp. Okay, I'll give that a shot. See how it looks. I like that, how that looks. I'm going to use that for all my future videos. However it works, you need to just constantly keep growing over time, because a video strategy is only as good as the videos that you create with it. If you end up creating a video strategy but then don't create any videos, it's not much of a strategy. So I know you can do this. I know it feels daunting and there's a huge mountain in front of you and you're like, oh God. But that was the same thing when, going to school for whatever field you're in. Maybe, like me, you went to school and you didn't actually end up going into that field. But there's this mountain ahead of you. Life is ahead of you. But you still, every day you step forward through life. And that's the same thing on this journey of creating videos, of marketing yourself, of building your personal brand. It is a huge mountain in front of you, but you have got your pickaxe, your mountain pickaxe, you've got your hiking boots, you've got your hard hat, and you're ready to, and you got a rope and what have you, and you're ready to climb that mountain, because that's what you're going to do. I sounded very much like one of those inspirational gurus, but the point still stands. If you want your personal brand to grow and you want to use the best tool for the job, which is video, you need to be creating them. TLDW, too long didn't watch. So you need to know your audience before embarking on this journey. So why not check out the customer avatar sheet and video below in the description. Make sure that you answer basic questions in your first 100 videos. What are the questions that you answer every day? And you're going to consistently keep doing them. And get into a routine of creating videos, no matter what quality they are. Make sure that the value is in what you are saying. Not worry too much about the production. Just make sure that you build that habit of creating videos, whatever timeline, whatever work suits for you, but just make sure you're creating those videos, because a video strategy is only as good as you creating videos in the first place. So what's next? I want you to check out a tool that is going to be hella useful for you. It is called the talent release form. So if you are working with anyone else, and I do mean anyone else other than yourself, to build this personal brand, who is going to be on camera, have their voice recorded, or is going to have their likeness anywhere in your videos, or in your podcast, or anywhere in your content, you are going to need to download this talent release form. I did an entire video with it, so it just covers all your basics for you, but it's a tool that's going to be hella useful to you. So check that out in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I really hope you enjoyed it because this is the second time recording it because we had a power outage halfway through the other one and it didn't work. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out our other videos twice a week on the channel. And I will see you on the next video. Bye!